Good morning, at least this morning here. Yes, this is the start of a new format I want to experiment with. Let's see if it lasts longer than my previous projects. So, what I plan to do? I plan to do some talks in my pajamas. So yeah, I'm in my pajama. And so what is going to be this about? This is mostly going to be about me explaining some high-level software industry concepts that can range from management, from project management to architecture, things like that. Why am I in my pajama? Well, the idea is to make this pretty accessible, and there's nothing more accessible than a pajama. So why not? It makes sense, at least to me. My hope is also to have something that is very easygoing and easy to follow for everybody. So this is what it's going to be about, right? Just me talking in my pajama about software stuff while taking notes. The format is just going to be me drawing on a drawing board. Now I'm trying to use this one. If I don't like it, I might go to another one. Just to get started quickly and see how it goes, see if I myself like it, and if also you like it. I plan to make this as low effort as possible, of course because I'm lazy, but also because I think that can make it more accessible. My hope is to go there and explain concepts clearly. So basically you will see me drawing on this board several things. I'm not very good at drawing, but I can try, and I can definitely make some diagrams if I need to, something like that, to explain concepts. See how that goes. Why do I want to do this? Well, of course, because I want to challenge myself with a different thing, and talking to people is one of the things that it's harder for me and something that I should practice. But also because I see a gap in all the videos and informative content about my line of work. I am a software developer. I am also a consultant. And what I see is basically that we have these two kind of videos. Either those that are by developers for developers, which means that they are super interesting, made by very smart people, but they are also very inaccessible for people that are not working with that specific technology. And to be honest, they are pretty ugly presentations. Not that mine are going to be pretty, but yeah, don't get me wrong, I follow a lot of people and they literally save my life every day at work. But still, it feels really by developer for developer. And the other side of things, the more accessible ones are usually made by freelancers, and they do explain things, but you can see in the movies that the end goal is to sell themselves and their services, or sell their technology, or sell their framework, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I can't really complain about that. They're still informative, but it also makes me think, okay, yes, if you didn't want to sell this, would you talk about it the same way? And I've seen this with several things. I think on the ones that I follow the most, the main ones are all the ones about Scrum and about Agile. While they do offer some useful information, some useful takes, they are still, in the end, you realize that, yeah, they're trying to sell me your services, which is fine. Of course, it's probably the best way for you to advertise yourself, and if you have strong opinions about these topics, it's a good way to do that. But still, I would like to do something that is not about selling a product and more about informing people, or what I do, as what are the complexity of our work and how can we overcome those. And this is the why. So the thing is, I really want to make this accessible, and so that means that it's also going to be very practical, very down to earth. I'm also going to take some licenses with definitions, etc. of things, because yeah, you know, if you check Wikipedia, it says that something is something, but then from a practical point of view, you don't really care about that. My hope is to make this a format that is very accessible for everybody, also for people that don't really know or that don't really work in my field, or that just are not working in the part of the field that I'm describing. My inspiration for this thing is channels like Electro Boom, where, you know, he really goes into these tangents about the theory behind electricity and circuits, but in the end it just shows you that electricity is a practical thing. You can get hurt yourself a lot, but still it's all practical. It's all about making stuff work. And the theory, yes, that follows is there, but he really has this very hands-on experience in making stuff, and then explains why they do that way. I hope to do that as well, although showing code and being accessible doesn't really work. So that's why I'm going to mostly explain concepts, at least at the beginning, and see how it goes from there. So let me know what you think about this idea, and yeah, next video will be actually about something, and I have a couple of topics in mind. It can either be about project management, or maybe it's going to be something about AI and why I'm not really worried about it. We'll see. And well, maybe even something about architecture. And I really mean here software architecture, and I have really bad writing, I realize, so maybe I'll find somewhere else to type stuff while I do these videos. Hopefully you don't have to read what I write. I'll try to make mostly diagrams. Alright, see ya, and well, let's see how this goes.